Hey, my pen name is Brian Knox and I'm the author of books like this one and that one, as you may already know. And this will be an important video because this time we will dive into what to do when a man doesn't see your true value. That's obviously a problem when that happens, so we will deal with that in this video. When you are dating a guy, when you are in a relationship with a guy, but even when you are married to a guy and he doesn't see your value, even though you are good to him, even though you love him, then it will hurt a lot because you have feelings for him. You may love him, and when he doesn't return that love as much as you would like, it will feel like 1,000 African killer bees that are stinging you directly into your heart. In other words, it will be a slightly uncomfortable feeling, and I know because I've obviously been there too with women. You should see the scars on my heart. This really hurts, and at that time we don't get it. We get thoughts like, why don't they see it? Why don't they see my value or what I have to offer, and what am I doing wrong here? And that's actually the good question, because get ready for a shocker, this is partially our fault. When we are dating someone or in a relationship with someone who doesn't see our value, who takes us for granted, it is partially our fault. And this is actually good news because it means that we can do things to fix this. When we are romantically involved with someone, we cannot control what they think. We can only partially control what they do, and we shouldn't mess around too much with that part, but we have full control over our own response, over how we respond to this entire thing here, this entire situation. So when we are in a relationship with someone who doesn't value us sufficiently, we need to decide what to do. We can do nothing, and that is a decision. We can decide to say something about it to our lover, or we can decide to leave them. And all of this sounds pretty easy, but given that we are in love, it won't be easy. Because when someone we love treats us as less than we truly are, our mind will come up with excuses like, I know deep down it's a good person, or it's probably because they just came out of a very difficult relationship. They're having a tough time at work, or maybe their hamster is suffering from a depression and has stopped running around in his little wheel and they're worried about it, so that's why they... And this sounds ridiculous, and we will get a lot of ridiculous excuses, but the problem is we may believe some of them. But why? Because it's easy. That's why our mind does it. When we believe any of these excuses, at least we don't have to do anything about this here. Everything can stay just the way it is, and hopefully it will just pass on its own. But it doesn't. We have to do something about it. We have to, bottom line it, wipe all of those excuses off the table and decide, am I being treated for what I'm worth? Do you want to know why this is so crucial? It's part of the problem. If we don't think we are worth it, why would they? This is why we are partially at fault. So step one of the solution is we have to be convinced that we are high value, because we are. There actually is no doubt about this. Regardless of what your mind thinks, you are high value. There are thousands of people out there who would die to go out on a date with you, who would do anything to be able to wake up next to you, to caress you, to just be with you. So if you happen to be with a schmuck who cannot see that, then that says a lot more about him than it says about you. However, like I said, it is partially our fault. If they don't treat us with respect, then we cannot allow that to happen, let alone that we would allow it to continue to happen. So this is when we get other mind games. We get a lot of mind games, by the way. As you may know, I don't just help people with relationship issues, I also help people with anxiety and panic attacks as well, and those are just mind games as well. Unnecessary anxiety, which you will suffer from in this case here, is a mind game. Our mind will be afraid that if we say something about it, we may lose that person. But the question is, so what? Why would we ever want to stay in a relationship with someone who isn't absolutely, positively sure of our high value? It's not the right person then. As soon as we feel that the person we are dating or in a relationship with or even in a marriage with has lost track of our value, we have to act. Not tomorrow, but now, right now. If they don't respect us enough, then they have a price to pay. And don't worry, there's no need to cut off their fingers or to abduct their hamster or to punish them badly. We just have to do something, because when we get behavior that is less than what we deserve in a relationship, we have to jump into action. We always deserve someone who doesn't ignore us, someone who values us, someone who loves us for us. So if we have to play games, then we are with the wrong person. Then they can go mess up someone else's love life. The solution is very simple. It is that we clearly, kindly, but clearly state that we want to be treated differently. You seem to have me mistaken for someone who... And that's it. It's not 3 strikes and then you are out. It is 1 strike and then you are out. This is the only warning we give. 1. And if they do it again, then we start to ignore them. Not because we hope that they will then come back. We actually start to make other people and activities and hobbies more important than them. And if the guy you are with truly is a great guy, then now he will start to fight for you. Again, this is not why we do it. We don't play any games. We make him less important because people who do not see our value are less important. If he then earns you back, then obviously that is fine. But this is why it's always okay to take this risk. So listen closely. If you are with a guy and he doesn't see your value, you take that risk of making him less important, and it turns out he doesn't fight for you, then that's actually good news, because you just dodged a bullet. Imagine how terrible that relationship would have been. For years you would have had to wonder, why did he forget our anniversary? Why does he never buy me flowers for my birthday? Why does he keep forgetting the names of our children? Seriously, this is the type of guy you would have been in a relationship with, and you dodged all of this. If he is a good guy, on the other hand, then now, before you know it, he will come over to wash your car, to give you a foot massage, to paint his bedroom pink because that happens to be your favorite color, and more. So it's a win-win situation. You cannot lose in this case. So if you are dating a guy or are in a relationship with a guy and your gut starts to tell you that he is undervaluing you or he doesn't have sufficient amounts of respect for you, then have the courage to do what's needed and do it right away, because you are worth it. And I know this is scary, by the way, but never forget, everything we want is on the other side of fear. I hope you loved this video. I hope you can feel how much I love recording these videos for you. If you want more, come on over to brianknox.com for more tips and videos that I do not post over here on YouTube. If you want to read my books, you can go to Amazon, type in my pen name, Brian Knox. My real name is Geert, a Belgian Flemish name that's so hard to pronounce and to spell. That's why I use Brian Knox. But there you can find my books. But whatever you do, never forget, always behave like the high-value woman you truly are. Good luck.